Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for today's video. My name is Lena. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. So I am back with this very special fall makeup collection. It's been a while since I did my long form video. That was before I went away for work and also for vacation, but I am back and actually I did film for this video yesterday only to find out for some reason the files were corrupted and I try to restore it. I purchased some sort of like special program that was supposed to revive the corrupted files or something. It didn't work. I am getting my refund. And anyway, so yesterday I demonstrated two different makeup looks and the results are actually up on my Instagram. But today I can just do one look, I think. It just don't have that energy anymore. But anyway, if you could follow me on Instagram and see those two different makeup looks, that would be wonderful. It's pretty on point, kind of concise makeup collection, but it also feels bigger because it comes with a big fragrance launch. So we have a new rendition of Coco Mademoiselle after many years, and this time it's quite different, and I see it as a bold approach from Chanel. So I would love to talk to you about the perfume because I've had this at least for 2 weeks and I've been enjoying it quite a bit. So we have another 9-pan large format eyeshadow palette here. Let me show you. So 9 round eyeshadow pans, neutral colors. So this is quite different from the holiday creations that we saw not too long ago. There were 3 different eye palettes and I purchased one at the time. I have Space Traveler and I personally really enjoy the versatility and unique color combination and beautiful shimmers in that palette, but I guess it wasn't everybody's cup of tea and it received mixed reviews, I think. And the price point is also different. Last time, I think it was about like 160 around that for one palette, but this time it's 132, which is much more reasonable. And when you think about the quad price, Chanel quads, I think this is more than reasonable price. And all neutral, everybody loves neutrals, so it could be a good thing or a bad thing. If you already have so many good neutral eyeshadows, you absolutely don't need to buy more from Chanel. I myself have a lot of neutral quads from Chanel, but I guess I could find somewhat similar shades if I dig into deeper, but I just couldn't see exact dupes. So I would say this color is the most surprising element because it looks like a medium kind of shade in the pan, but it actually looks a lot deeper once you apply this color on the lids. And this kind of reminds me of the metallic shade in the Tissé Rivoli, for example, but overall this palette has pinker, a little bit purpley undertone, but it's not quite the purple quad from Chanel either, and it's just really well done. And this shade is actually very glittery, something you would see from a Space Traveler, for example. But it's a good mix of metallic, matte, and satin, and really beautiful. I was able to create at least 3 different makeup looks already, and I wore today just this and this and a little bit of this, and it was really soft, pinky, little taupey eye look that went really well with pink lips. So really lovely eyeshadow palettes. Formula, I don't think these are baked. I am not entirely sure, but soft, not super pigmented, but you can still build up and get depth, enough depth. If you look at my eye look right now, it's deep enough. It's definitely smoky. So at first, when I first saw the color story, it seemed like it was lacking a true depth shade, but now since I have tried this palette more than a few times, that far left shade in the middle row, that one is actually deepest color, and mixed with the center shade you can get more than enough depth. And I guess after all, this is a smoky palette. And we have limited edition lipstick. Let me show you. So this is Crush in the Rouge Coco format. I don't remember when was the last time we had a limited edition, Rouge Coco formula. It's usually Rouge Allure or something else. So I was really happy to see this creation in this collection. And there is tiny CC logos embossed all over the bullet, and I hear this is the most popular item in this makeup collection, and I can see why. But also there is a lot of debates whether this is the identical shade as the ongoing shade Flying Cloud. So let me just show them together side by side. So the bullet shades are pretty much identical, and if you see my swatches, this new color Crush looks a lot lighter than Flying Cloud. It's only because the difference is really small, but this new limited edition shade Crush has a little less pigment in the base, and because of that it feels a little bit more slippery. So with the strong light, when I take photos, so because of that it looks a little bit lighter on the arm, but once you apply these two lip colors, they are very, very similar, if not identical. So I was all about the science. I wanted to know if this is really close to Flying Cloud, and also the beautiful embossed lipstick bullet made me purchase this one. But I guess no one need two of these, and if you can't find the limited edition, Flying Cloud is more than a good alternative. Now let's talk about that nail polish, and I'm wearing this nail polish right now, and this is called Coco. So I'm a little bit confused because on the website it's marked limited edition, but also I heard from the boutique this would be an ongoing shade, and certainly you can find something like this from any brand. And a little bit of warning, by nature it's not Chanel's fault or this formula is bad or anything like that, but any shade with full opaque coverage and a lot of white in the base is kind of streaky and a little bit tricky to apply. So I would think that I'm pretty good with painting my own nails at least, and with a lot of nail polishes I can get away with just one generous coat. That's how I call it. But with this one I had to apply 2 coats, and the trick is just do light coat. Do not try to do a perfect coat in one try and just like go over, and do not go over the part you already went over, because it's gonna make the surface a little bit streaky and you will get brush mark. But once you do the first coat like that, the second coat will most likely even the finish, and I really had no problem getting an even finish after 2 coats. And Chanel nail polishes usually dry quite fast, so that's what's good about the polishes. But if you're asking me, do I really need to have this color, the answer would be no. I love the color. It's not too light, it's more like a light to medium kind of pink, and it's kind of neutral, leaning a little bit cool, and has a drop of lilac. That's how I see the color. Very posh, very beautiful color, but you can find a similar color from any other brand. So if something to skip, probably the nail polish. Now let's talk about this beautiful new rendition of Coco Mademoiselle. It's called Crush Absolu, and it has beautiful pinker deeper juice in the classic bottle, and it's quite different and bold approach from Chanel, I would say, because it has a lot of differences. At least when you think about a flanker of Coco Mademoiselle, you expect certain things, and at least the 2 other versions that we have currently, we have the Intense and the lighter version Eau Privée. So those they smell different, but they have like a strong characteristic of the original Coco Mademoiselle. But this one, the top note, even the top note starts a little bit differently. So When it comes to Coco Mademoiselle, I would think that really zesty orange, like citrus top, it just really hits you. And it's almost snarky, and the patchouli in the original Coco Mademoiselle, I would say a little bit drier, a little bit sassy, but it's like a really so signature scent that Chanel does so well. Personally, I think Chanel does patchouli scent so very well, and the intense version, the patchouli is a little bit wetter and a little bit heavier, and I smell a very similar kind of patchouli in this version. So the initial top is kind of girly and quite sweet because it has lychee, grapefruit notes. So it almost feels like a little bit mainstream, and almost like you know, majority of the mainstream scents, if you go to Sephora and you can kind of smell that, you get the whiff of it. So it kind of gives out that vibe, but it kind of quickly evolves, and it is very Chanel, and then it even feels kind of masculine on the skin, and that usual floral, you know, hearts, the middle notes are still there, and the top notes, it kind of disappears, but then it reappears throughout the entire day. Very interesting. So I wouldn't consider this as a girly, you know, lighter scent, you know, young people's fragrance, because it's so much more than that. And still the approach is very modern, but it has body, it has a lot of different characters. I can only tell you how a fragrance makes me feel, because the body chemistries are magic. Everybody's different, and you know, every note blooms differently on everybody's skin, and this one, it kind of makes me feel like I am playful and I can joke around. I am not that serious, but then I know enough, so I am not afraid anymore. Kind of feel, I don't know, it kind of like really good feminine, powerful scent, and definitely more suitable for fall and winter, I would say. But definitely I would recommend trying it, because it has the characteristic of the mainstream, and this is a designer line, so this has to be mainstream and it would appeal a lot of different people. It's not the niche, you know, perfume, but I think it has a lot of characters worth a try. So that is a very quick review on this big collection, and now let me do one look and showcase this makeup look. And before that, let's see some swatches and comparisons one more time. Obviously, there are so many different ways of creating, you know, neutral eye looks using this one palette, but I'm going to create and at least attempt to recreate the look that I did yesterday. It's a little bit cool leaning, purpley deep smoky eyes, so I want the tone to be a little bit cooler. So starting with this pink shade here, this I would say has the least color payoff, and it feels kind of dry to the touch, but it still works really nicely as a base and also as a blending shade. Just applying this all over, smoothing my eyelids. So I see the pink shade just fine. I don't know how much it shows on the other side of the camera. And using a lay-down brush, I'm going to apply this purpley metallic shade all over on my mobile lid. So this is the most surprising shade because it looks like a medium color in the pen, but it's so much deeper and has more impact once you apply this. So I'm going to apply this all over. As you see, it's quite pigmented. Now I'm going to line my lower lash lines. This is Chanel Waterproof Eyeliner 83 Cassis. This has a little bit of purple undertone and deep enough, so perfect for this look. And using a small smudge brush, I'm going to apply this rosy metallic shade and blend out with the eyeliner. Now I'm going to apply this silvery, little bit pinky shimmer shade on the inner corner to brighten up. Now I'm going to use this center shade and add a little bit more depth. Finally, going back to the first shade and blend out one more time. And that's basically the first eye look. I'm going to add black eyeliner on the upper lash lines and some mascara. I'll be right back. I am back. So not officially, but Chanel is promoting one of their existing cream to powder blush shades with this collection. That's Rose Radiant, and I have it here. I really love this formula. I have all 5, and to be honest with you, I think this color itself is a little bit too warm to go with this cool eye look, but since the lip color that I'm going to wear is pretty pale and it could make me look washed out, adding a little bit of warmth is not a bad idea. So let me show you this color in action. This is kind of universal shade that would go with many different eye lip combination, and formula is really beautiful. And just in case you're wondering, it does have that usual Chanel blush fragrance, which is like rose fragrance. So I added some color, a little bit of warmth. And in my Instagram post, I added highlighter all over to cool down the tone a little bit, so I might just do that again. 1 second. And this is Chanel Powder Highlighter in White Opal shade, and this is my all-time favorite highlighter color, just all over. pulls down the color a little bit, adding a subtle radiance to the cheeks. Lastly, the lip color, the Crush shade. So this is a lilac mauve shade. And this is the finished makeup look. I hope you enjoy this demo and this makeup look. Let me know what you think about this collection or any of the items that I showcased today. If you say this is just not unique and you can find the similar shades from the Chanel and even from other brands, I am not going to argue with you because it's very true. So to me, it's about storytelling and having all these beautiful wearable shades in one palette, and I love the nail color. The lipstick shade is obviously something I would wear very often. Beautiful formulas, and probably because I really like Chanel makeup. But do let me know what you think about this collection. I would love to hear your thoughts. So it's been too long. I was away, and I think my last long video was like a month ago, and I'm hoping to bring more long form videos down the road. And I always think that I need to practice a little bit more to make this whole process a little bit easier for me, because it's just such a long process, and it's like something I really enjoy, but I always also feel I don't know, it's a lot to me, but hopefully that will get easier as I keep doing this. But anyway, it's so good to film a long video finally, and thank you so much for watching this video and hanging out with me. As always, I really appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you can. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.